Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Do y'all remember the deck that used that new Ob Nixilis and all will be one, and it was kind of a combo-y thing, but it was sort of missing a little bit of something? Well, I started thinking about that deck, and I thought we could probably update that with some new cards. If you want to buy any cards for today's deck or any other game stuff, remember to go to CoolStuffInc.com. You can use code DRAGON, that'll save you 5% at checkout. And Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Alright, so to get some of you caught up, it's All Will Be One, which is an enchantment that anytime you have counters put on something, you can deal damage to a target, which is actually really cool. But this works well when you have something like Ob Nixilis, so every time you put a counter on it, you get to deal a damage. And if you deal 1 point, then you get to put another counter on Ob Nixilis, and then this whole thing repeats. Now, this means you want to get these both into play. One of the ways we can do this to increase the odds is to play Beseech the Mirror. Now, we can't search for All Will Be One, we just have to draw that the hard way, but we can also just go search it up and not put it into play. Whereas if we already have All Will Be One, then we can use Ob Nixilis to just put it right into play. So that's awesome. But we do need some ways to also deal 1 point of damage, right? So we have a few ways to do that. We can do that with Voldaren Epicure, it just comes into play and deals a point. Which this also means it can just work with Ob Nixilis even if we don't have All Will Be One, because you still get access to another card, which is super nice. Charming Scoundrel. This is a new card that really does two things. It can help us search for a thing. It can give us a treasure to make it easier to cast some of our things, like All Will Be One, since it costs 5. Then we have Blood Tithe Harvester, because this actually can help us search. It also is something else that gives us more blood tokens that can help us remove something. So that's actually really cool. And we have Oni Cult Anvil. So since we are going to have a few artifacts, this works. And it also deals 1 point of damage that, again, helps out our Ob Nixilis, which is very good. We also have Trespasser. Now, this isn't anything special. This is just kind of in the list to be able to be something else we can fight with. And, of course, we're going to play Shieldred because it's just a useful card. Nothing real crazy here. So there are other removal parts and things going on, but generally speaking, this is going to be the key parts of the deck we're worried about. But if you want the full deck list, it'll be at the end of the video, like always, or you can go down to the description and look for the blue arrows. It'll take you to our Moxfield link where you can see today's deck, or a pile of other wacky things if you want to try something different for standard. Jeez, why can I not talk? Anyway, let's go play some games and see if we actually get this combo off. This is not the best keep, but we do have 3 land already. And we have a lot of decent 2-mana things. And if this is a creature deck, we do have a decent amount of removal we can draw, so risking it, but it's tough. But the fact is that we have 2 Shieldreds if we do get to 4 mana, so even if one dies, we have the other one. So, and we do have this treasure, or not treasure, but blood to draw a card if we need to get rid of one of these 4 mana things. Sadly, it's mono red, so I don't know if we're gonna get to survive till that, but here we go. Like, probably going to end up having to crack this blood token, but we'll see. The problem here against mono red is that Ob Nixilis doesn't really do much. Because it's only 3 toughness, so unless you have a way to, like, play it and deal a damage on the same turn, we really can't get much out of it. Alright, how bad is it? I mean, the fact that it could be Play with Fire or Rage these days is always tough. But, yeah, let's crack. I'm doing this just to see if maybe we could draw, like, a cut down or something. Hey, you know, Gopher Throw's not bad. Just can't cast it here. Alright, take 4. Go to 13. I mean, the fact that the opponent hasn't really done anything else here is actually not bad. And I was just thinking, if they played Godric or Squee here, this makes Gopher Throat actually pretty good. And then we go to 11 with the opponent only having 2 cards. Like, this doesn't feel that bad. And now we have 2 blockers, one being Shieldred, though they could have the deal 5 damage thing. This is not great that they have a flyer, but oh, okay. Well, they're just conceding. Awesome. Alright, going first. This is a solid keep. I mean, even the Plaza doesn't really gum up our hand here, so that's solid. We can use the Scoundrel to make treasure if we want to make it easier to play the All Will Be One when the time comes. So that's cool. So yeah, I like where this is headed. I mean, enchantments can get out of control, so we'll need to draw at least one removal card somewhere along the way to assist this harvester. But truthfully, a second harvester ain't bad. Against this matchup, I'll take that. Yeah, I think we just kill this. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got. Okay, a Spirited Companion. That's actually, of all the things they can have, that's probably the least threatening. The concern here, though, is like I don't really want to get rid of... Oh, they're putting Audacity on it. Well, now I kind of want to get rid of it. Okay, all right, we got to go for the throat. That's solid. So now, I guess, treasure, so we can play Ob1 if we need to. Yeah, this is a tough thing because, like, it's not worth wasting the Harvester on the Companion, especially when we're at 18. But if they play something like Calyx or Jukai Naturalist plus something, it's... Okay, well, there's the Calyx. Trying to decide, like, if it's worth go for the throat now. Not really, though, because Calyx... I mean, here's the problem. Like... You kind of want them to put the counter on the Spirit, but they're going to put it on the Calyx anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Actually, that's a mistake. I probably should have just killed the Calyx first. Because if they have... Well, no, even then, if they have another enchantment, it just makes it 4 toughness. So we can still kill it with the Harvester. Alright. For a second there, I thought for some reason they would get an additional +1 from something, and if it was 5, we wouldn't be able to kill it. But because we saved the Harvester, we still can kill something. Oh, now we can set up the combo. It's still going to take 2 turns, but this is cool. Oh, no, we can't. We need another turn still. Oh, I guess if we find a land? Yeah, there's no way. Because we need 6 mana for 1 turn. Yeah, this is still going to take probably even 3 turns. Huh. Yeah, probably still want to play All Will Be One first. Just because that's harder for them to remove. Because they have more things that remove creatures and planeswalkers because of stuff like Ossification. I mean, it'll suck if they just play one of their things that can exile anything. But something has to give, right? I'm kind of hoping they just play, like, Hallowed Haunting here. Nope. They're going to go Kami and something. There's the Ossification. Alright. So we would have lost the Ob Nixilis had we played it. So I think here, with us being at 17, the best bet is just play Oni Cult Anvil. Go ahead, sack one of these blood tokens to just deal a damage. See if they want to waste an enchantment or not. And then try to combo out next turn. I think we're there. Yeah, because they're not going to be able to do 17 here. I mean, at best, maybe they can get up to 10 or so now because of the visitor. Oh, not even close now. Alright, pump the visitor. Yeah, people forgot about this combo, so I don't even think the opponent's prepped for what's coming. Yeah, they're wasting an Ossification on a 1-1 here. I think just to pump up their team, which, honestly, I wouldn't even bother with, because, like, the Kami tramples anyway. I would have just saved that for next turn if I played something bigger. Now, that being said, they don't know we're going to combo here, but, yeah, we just Ob Nixilis, ping him with a sacrifice, and then it's going to be a chain of 1-damage things here. And we still had enough cards in library. We could have taken out their board and them. Yep, that's it. At some point, they'll concede here. Yep, there you go. I mean, it's kind of cool to see that we can still combo against a real deck, right? And that was actually a pretty normal game for them, for the most part. A little bit slower of a start, but we did draw 3 removal cards, which helps in that scenario quite a bit. And All Will Be One could eliminate a creature, you know, in some situations. So, yeah, this wasn't bad. I'm about it. This worked out. Okay. I mean, we're going first, which is nice. But we really aren't doing anything. Though we do have Oni Cult Anvil. not doing a thing. We'll play Liliana, get rid of a creature, play Shieldred, and we'll see if that's enough. So if we get another removal, depending on if, well, I don't know. I was gonna say if we drew a land, then we could all will be one into Liliana, and that would kill something, but... Ooh, that almost opens it up. If I had a cut down, I would have probably played the Charming Scoundrel here. As things are, I think we're doing this. Plus, the treasure from the Scoundrel also opens up possibility to do stuff with owning Cult Anvil, like, all kinds of things. Though this does... I guess next turn is play Shieldred, discard Scoundrel, unless we draw something more worthless, depending on the board state. Hey, alright, I guess the opponent's just roping. I'm down. Whatevs. We're going to go ahead and hit it. Make each player discard. I'm going to choose this here, Epicure. But this is likely just going to end with the opponent exploding. Yep. Oh, it didn't explode, but they still roped. So yeah, this will just be it. Oh, they must have also just kept a bad hand. They were probably, even with Catilda though, I don't know if they would have got to Ratadrabic. But yeah, rough go if you were planning on leaning on the Catilda. But I'll tell you, like in my experience, if you're keeping hands relying on your first mana creature in the current standard, just not worth it, right? There's Play with Fire, Cut Down... there's a couple other like 1 and 2 mana, I think, not counting all the other 2 mana removal, right? When you have the 3 damage removal spells, you've got the stuff that exile stuff like Ossification, so, like just a bunch of things that just make it where you're not often going to have the first one live. Like I'm almost surprised when the first one does live, and that opens up the door. But also remember that more often than not, they're going to kill your first mana creature. So if you're keeping a hand relying on that, you might be better off mulliganing sometimes. Okay. Alrighty, what are we going to do here? This comes in tapped. But yeah, this actually seems fine. Yeah, sometimes you'll probably wonder like what I'm kind of doing with my hand. I'm sort of like, for any of you that are sports fans, it's like NFL coaches that have what they call their game script, right? The first few turns of the game, effectively. They're trying to plot what they think they need to do. Wow, are we just getting treasure with this? I could make it a 2/2, then sacrifice it next turn. Then, God, I don't even know what I want to do here. I think we just make this a 2/2, maybe. All right. Not what I was planning on doing initially, but anyway, back to what I was saying. The game script is try to figure out those first few turns, what you expect the game to look like, which way you think things are going to go, and use that to try to figure out if a hand's worth keeping or not. All right, we do have to play this. Man, now I'm regretting not making that treasure, because I could have played this tap this turn and maybe opened up Ob Nixilis next turn. All right. We're going to attack here. Then we're going to play the smaller Ob Nixilis. Backing a 2 mana or 2 power dude. Actually, do we just... Against this deck, let's just get this. We can keep pressure up, actually. I don't think it matters. Because any of their removal is just going to exile anyway. They're not dealing damage. So it doesn't matter if we have 1 or if we have 2 loyalty on these duders. Oh, are they planning on reanimating something? That's gonna suck. Hopefully we can kill them fast enough. I mean, we do have go for the throats too, so it's not the end of the world. Yep, Farewell's not gonna be great if you're worried about 2 Ob Nixilis. So that's a reasonable discard. Alright. They can get off one of the... Nope, a Topiary Stomper. Well, we basically get to attack 1 time more then. Assuming they already have the invasion of Zendikar. Okay, so now plan is play this. Man, not making that treasure has come back to bite me so bad. Because if I could all will be 1 here, we'd be doing so much extra damage. Ugh. That hurts my soul. Like on a whole other level. But yeah, let's make them discard. Man, we need to untap. We need to draw an untap land next turn.
Defy me, and you lose.
All right,
everything.
And then we pass the turn. I could have attacked for 2 there, but realistically, we're either double blocking here, or I'm just chump blocking with Scoundrel and then using Topiary Stomper next turn. One or the other. I mean, using Harvester on the Topiary Stomper. But this also forces them to have 2 removal cards to be able to take down an Ob Nixilis in some weird way, but I don't think they could, because they'd have to get to 7 lands, and there's the Invasion, but that's only 6 if they don't have a land in hand ready to go. Alright, looks like no land on their part, which is good, because it also means no Atraxa next turn, unless they draw the land, of course. Do I want to gamble on getting... Nah, we're just going to take our turn. Okay, this is the other option, I guess. This is fine. They would need another white to cast another Farewell, so that doesn't really matter. Now, there is a possibility that if they get another white and they don't have something that removes stuff, they could still have a Angel, and those gain life, and that's a little bit of a problem. Let's see what they want to do here. At some point, you got to start taking 2, opponent, because you're going to need some of them cards. They're not going to Sunfall 1 for 1. That makes sense. Nor can they cast it right now.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
All right, I guess we're attacking. Put the opponent to 7. Put the opponent to 6. All right, in the turn. Man, if we'd have made the treasure, we'd already been able to combo here. Dang it. I should have trusted my instincts. I almost took the treasure and I didn't. I should have. I really should have. Alright, Herd Migration does gain some life and gets them the extra land they're missing, probably, to play something. I don't know what that something would be. They got another Plains. I'm surprised they didn't get like a mountain or something. Well, no, they still need a second white, because after this turn, Mirix doesn't produce colored mana. Yeah, that seems fine, I guess. Get rid of the big Ob Nixilis? Sure. What else you got?
Empire crumbles.
Nothing. They still have something. They're being very hesitant here to do something. I don't know what something is. Let's see. If we attack, they go to 6. We play Ob Nixilis. We do another point. That's 5. Then we get a card we may not be able to play. We're going with this first. And then, if they decide to exile everything, including all will be one, we get another Ob Nixilis back. So, we don't mind that either. Yep, we're just going to hit the opponent with that 1 point.
Go ahead.
All right, we're attacking.
Mercy.
Opponent goes to 5. Opponent goes to 4. Maybe. Okay. Opponent does not go to 4. They go to 7. But that's good, because we're not worried about anything else in their hand. 1, 2... I guess they couldn't even really cast that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess they could have on this turn, but... Okay, yeah, now they're basically dead. Because we can combo out again from here. Yeah, there's nothing else we're worried about. Unless they can get rid of Ob Nixilis when we play it. Oh, no! Ah, well, ruin our fun. Of all the cards they could have top decked, that's the one. Okay. I see you, opponent. But they're going to take a lot of damage here. Oh, yeah, tons of damage. Alright. Play Ob Nixilis. Play this. Hit you for a point. We get access to a thing. That's fine. We'll attack. Opponent goes to 3. Then they go to 2. Then we hit them for 1. Yep. Alright, cool. Ooh, okay. Let's keep this. Go ahead and play this tapped. We get at least a turn 2 Harvester, and then we can kind of check things out and see what we do. We're on double Go for the Throat, which is fine for this matchup. And if we can find our mana, then having access to Shieldred's really cool. And I don't mind this so much, because while this Zeotor's Proving Ground will come into play tapped, this is actually okay, considering the fact of we're likely to just be casting Go for the Throats anyway from here. This feels like a little bit of a trap. They're probably just going to go ahead and play Rage here. Yeah, so we wouldn't have got any value if we blocked there anyway. Sometimes it's just good to know those things. And now that's a bit too big for us to kill, but we do have Cut down here as well. That's kind of nice. Go ahead and pass. Let's see what the opponent does here. Now, there could be another Rage, which could complicate things if we try to block. But we'll see. Yep, looks like that's what's coming. So we'll go ahead and block. Planning to just shoot down the Swift Spear and minimize our damage. Oh no, they just had a Lightning Strike. Huh, alright. Seems cool, I guess. That didn't go nearly as badly as that could have. Ooh, we missed our land there, though. I think we're just going to pass. I'm going to leave all my mana up. Because we do have the option for, like, Cut down and Go for the Throat. Or we can get rid of something with the Blood token here if we felt we need to. I don't think Beseech is going to get to do too much here. See if we can kill that. Awesome. Sounds great. And they found land and Phoenix Chick. Do we care to kill the Phoenix Chick? Probably not. Well, we could gain the life. Well, we're gambling on getting to play Shieldred next turn, so I think we are just going to kill it. It's a bit of a waste here, but Virtue kills most things in that deck. Ah, we didn't even get there. Got punished. Oh, man. All right. Well, we don't have much else to go on, so I'm going to go ahead and crack this. Getting rid of probably this. Seeing if we can just find a land. Ugh. Alright, at least this blocks. Can let us get rid of another card that we don't need. Probably going to be Beseech the Mirror. I was kind of hoping to hold on to it in case we find another removal down the road or something, but ends up not being a thing. We'll just take the damage. No blocks. I'm assuming their last card's a land here. Or they would have probably done something with it with that much mana. Wow, I was going to say, Arena, are you for real just not going to give us an opportunity? Alright, here we're going to play this. And I feel like I'm just going to get the treasure token. And I think we can safely attack again if I'm reading the room right here. I mean, if we can stick Shieldred, oh, and there's the Thundering Raiju. We were just talking about that. So they are actually playing Raiju. That is good to know. So we're going to have to find other real removal real fast. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. And what's funny is if we go back to the turn where I wasted a card, effectively, to kill the, what you called? The Phoenix Chick, we're now kind of being punished for it, which is kind of funny. Oh, you know what? If the opponent would have attacked with both, they wouldn't be able to get the Phoenix Chick out of the yard. So now I think, unfortunately, we are sort of relegated to blocking this. I could probably get by one more turn, but I don't think it's worth the gamble. We take a point. Yeah, I knew eventually we were going to hit the lands. Not attacking, just so we can block if necessary. But yeah, this comes down to wasting a card on the Phoenix Chick when we didn't really have to, and now I'm being punished for it. Good news, if we can find another land, we can play Virtue of Persistence and maybe start doing something. Okay, this is a thing that matters. I'm going to go ahead and do this before the opponent decide. Like, if we attack, they might shoot it. I doubt it, but I don't want to take any risk here. And if they have burn spells, they're going to have to start thinking about killing Ob Nixilises.
I've conquered entire plains.
Alright, sadly we got to make a 1-1 here. I want to do this in a different order, but I want to be able to try to gain life off of this one.
Go sow some chaos.
So at least go to 10 here, unless they kill our 1-1.
Go ahead. Plead.
Would have sucked too if they just had the thing that would deal 1 damage to all your creatures and planeswalkers. That would have been gross. Alright, they're going to kill one of them. Does the other one get to live? Is the question. It does. Oh, this is so good. Now we're going to go to 12. And we get to play this. Oh. What a way to stick it to mono red here. I mean, I say that. They could still have, like... Oh, I guess they could have had, like, Shivan Devastator. I'm going to my graveyard. We're getting us a Shieldred. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep this. This is mostly fine. I mean, we can play Epicure on 1, Scoundrel on 2, and then just figure it out from there. I say that on 1. Why did I say that? I knew I was playing that tapped. Alright. So they do have a cut down. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm just going to play these instead for the time being. Also because if we want to ditch some cards to go try to find a land, we'll be able to do that as well. Okay, you have a rat. I don't know how much we care about the rat, but it does exist. Wow. I kind of want the treasure here. I mean, they're going to have removals, but I think we still take the treasure. Pass the turn. May end up just having to double block or triple block rats in case they have a removal. Don't love it, but it is what it is. Oh, okay, so we're just doing the toxic thing here. All right. Not what I thought we were doing, but I'm here for it. All right. Whole team is in, I guess. And cut down's going to take out a thing, and then you eat the other 2. Nope. You're just going to kill 2 things. Okay, that felt like best case scenario. Alright, we got this treasure. To do something with it. Okay. I'm going to do this and bank on drawing an untapped land next turn. Because we only have 1 Shieldred, but we have 2 Ob Nixilis. Plus Ob Nixilis is legendary, so if it dies, it is what it is. Yep, kind of saw that coming. Now they get to give this -4/-4, because they're probably playing that thing. Nope, just make a sacrifice. Okay, fair enough. We go to 3 poison. Alright, that works too. And they usually don't have haste creatures, so we at least have a little bit of time to set up now. Alright, we're at 4 poison. The bad part is they can give us a lot of poison counters without us really getting to do much. I'm going to discard this because it's not very important. I have a feeling they're going to make us sacrifice one more time. But if they just have the -4/-4 thing... Okay, that wasn't so bad. Alright. Alright, we're at 5 poison. Well, that's a thing, I suppose. Get rid of this.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Play this. What is that thing? Target hero gets 2/2 and the turn has Toxic. Draw a card. Okay. Oh. Alright, we got some value off Shieldred, even though it took us forever. Yeah. Go ahead and play this. Opponent discards their last card.
I'm tired of
What
your
is that?
secrets.
Oh, another one of those, like, a creature dies, return it, blah, blah, blah. Alright, opponent goes to 7. You got it. They go to 5. Alright, cool. Ah, this is an awkward set of cards to keep. I mean, we'll keep it, but I mean, it's functional. All right. Usually a sign we're in for some mono blue shenanigans. And they're willing to put in a gate in the yard. Okay. So I feel like it's almost safe to assume that they're holding in the gate. All right. Consider. So this isn't getting countered, which is good because this has a chance of at least killing a Horizon if they have one. So good to know. Virtue's actually not great in this matchup, sadly. All right, I guess we're attacking. If you have something to flash in, I guess you do. And we're going to give the opponent just a freebie turn here, unfortunately. We have a bunch of 4-mana things in hand. And this is usually Horizon turn. So what we'd like to draw here would be something like a Go for the Throats, so that we can use Harvester when they play whatever they're going to play to protect the Jin. Then we try to hit it with something else. I can't even crack these if I want to use the Horizon here, though. Or try to kill the Horizon, but we failed at that, so that kind of sucked. Alright. We know they're going to save it, but you just kind of got to let them and tap their mana, and then we'll just lead with the Shieldred. Oh, no, it's just an Impulse. Wow. I thought they had a defensive card there. Well, then we get the best of everything, right? And we still get to attack for 1. Okay. I'm here for it. Yep, you have some Tolarian Duders. And they can't counter anything right now, so... Sure. Pass the turn. Yep. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, the tough thing on the opponent here is that unless their hand is stuff like March, the blue March that can phase stuff out, or maybe Fading Hopes, they don't really have anything they can do, because if you attack, well, then we're attacking with more things on the ground, and then you die. You don't want that. So if they were to attack, I'm probably just blocking one of these with the 1/1, and then going to go ahead and use a blood token, gain 2 life, and then probably attack. If they do have March, we'd spend our mana to try to kill one of the terrors or something. But yeah, that ended up being a much easier game than I thought it was going to be how it started, especially considering I didn't do anything on turn 3. So yeah, that's a solid win we'll take. We get to go first. All right, we'll keep it. I'm kind of okay with it because we can at least play Harvester first and then start trying to gain some type of life off the anvils. but probably all we can do. Maybe they want to use a lightning strike on a harvester. Oh no, this is not mono red. Scoundrel seems neat. Putting the counter on that. And then they didn't attack. I appreciate that. We'll still take a point, but we'll gain 3, so seems like a fair trade. Pass the turn. And I'm willing to block here, even if they have rage. I'm good with it. Alright, this will come in tapped. Trying to figure out how I want to set this up. I think we just go for the other harvester here. And I don't think we need to worry about blocking a thing, but who knows? I mean, they might be planning to do something insane, like, I don't know, use Angel Fire plus Rage on the Scamp or something. This is gonna suck, especially if they have a defensive card to protect that thing. We could be in trouble. No blocks. I mean, if you kill a harvester, you kill a harvester. By blocking with the harvester, we lose a chance to possibly kill the virtuoso, so didn't want to do that. Oh, this is interesting, though. Alright, I guess we gotta try, knowing that they can protect it, but what else are we gonna do? If you have the card, you have the card. If you don't, good job. Ooh, actually, I just realized, too, I could have played Shieldred first in case they did. That would have been kind of nice. Yeah, I kind of have a lot of questions now, sort of figuring out what they're waiting on in their hand. I think I'm just going to go with this. If it's a Destroy Evil or something, so be it. Pass the turn. Alright, it wasn't that, so that's some good news. Okay. Man, if we can get an untapped land, we can really do some things next turn. Between the Anvil and the Ob Nixilis, like... I'm not that interested in blocking. If you can kill me, great. This will make a good moment for the YouTube viewers. Alright, so antagonize, we're going to take a bunch of damage, and then we're going to lose our Shieldred, so that's fine. Alright, so we're at 12. We sack the Scamp, kill the Shieldred, I'm assuming. Because putting us to 7 didn't seem like nearly enough. Alright, that works out. So now we have some things we can mess with. We can go... Ooh, we could also all will be 1 here, too. I think we do that next turn, though. Let's go... Oni Cults? Alright, I'm willing to attack here. I think. And then sack that. Because if they would have killed it, I think I'd have been okay just making a Anvil token and sacking that. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got. Okay, we're going to plus. Just so we can start gaining some more life. Go ahead and get us a Deuter, drain for another point. Alright, now I think we're kind of firmly in control here, especially with the All Will Be One in our hand. That doesn't give trample, though. Oh, it does give trample. I totally forgot. Oh, and they had an Angel Fire. Alright, well, there goes one Ob Nixilis. Okay. You got it. Which sucks, because we now know they have the other one in hand. So that's a thing to be aware of. Let's go ahead and play this. Let's go with that.
By coin or carnage.
We could drain the opponent for 1. They don't have anything good in their yard even that I could steal. That's the worst part. I mean, we could get back our own Shieldred, which is fine. Not worth attacking here. I guess there's a world where I could have attacked with the 1/1 first, see if they block. That's probably what I should have done. Yeah, that's a bad move. That's a bad move, y'all. I should have attacked with our Devil first. No attacks. Because that would have given me the opportunity, like, if they block, then we would have dealt 2, and then we could have played the all would be 1 and dealt the extra point. Now I'm going to have a hard time killing that without something like go for the throat or whatever. Yeah, it's all good. Ob Nixilis eats it.
Next time, I'll cut you down.
Alright. Go ahead and go with this. And we'll just drain for 1, because that's all we can do. Alright, no attack. Sure, I'll block. Here comes Trample. Exactly, like, I'm not shocked. Like, we know what's up. There's got to be another one, because we've been waiting. Gonna give it double strike? Nope, not double strike. I mean, that's a big hit still, though. But they didn't give it trample. Why pay the extra if you weren't giving it trample? You were already crushing the creature. Huh. Alright, well, we'll go to our graveyard. Get this. Nice. That's what we're looking for. Go to attack with this. And we'll sack that. Oh, I'm at 22. I'm willing to gamble. I kind of want them to spend more cards trying to pump their creature to come after us, and then maybe we shoot it with the go for a throat. If they find the thing that saves it, fine, because they probably would have already had it. All right, we'll try that since it gives them more cards. Okay, so they did have it anyway, so it didn't matter. We weren't going to get it off. All right, they go to 9. Okay, so I'm going to have a bit to say about this deck here in a second, but I at least want to show the whole deck list I went with. I don't think I'm going to change a whole lot here. Unless maybe you want to, like, this is one of those ones that feels fairly tight. Unless you want to go to a 61st card and maybe play another Scoundrel to help your mana a little bit, or play another Liliana for some extra removal, or maybe play another Scavengers just as a way to also pump Ob Nixilis and All Will Be One and all that stuff. But outside of that, I don't think I'd make too many changes here. So you got 2 Cut Down, 4 Voldaren Epicure, 3 Go for the Throat, 3 Charm Scoundrel. By the way, the Scoundrel can also produce a treasure that can help jumpstart your Oni Cult Anvil. But 4 Blood Tithe Harvester, 4 Oni Cult Anvil, 1 Liliana of the Veil, 2 Urborg Scavengers, 2 Ob Nixilis, the Adversary, 2 Beseech the Mirror, 3 Shieldred, 3 Ob Nixilis Captive Kingpin, 2 All Will Be One, a Virtue of Persistence, 4 Swamp, Takenuma, 3 Mountain, Sekinzen, 4 Blackleaf Cliffs, Haunted Ridge, Sulphur Springs, 2 Zeotor's Proving Ground, and 1 Plaza of Heroes. So yeah, this played out pretty well, differently than I thought it was going to. Like, it plays like a really good Rakdos mid-range deck that happens to also have a really good top end between your Planeswalkers, your All Will Be One to trigger a bunch of different ways, or even just combo out with the Ob Nixilis. And interestingly, we comboed once, and then we were close to comboing a second time, but I think they drew, what was that? Oh, the Boseiju to destroy the All Will Be One. So, outside of that, though, the deck still won fine, and comboing against real decks actually is possible, surprisingly. So, not something I would just shove away. I think there's even more ways you could build this deck to have more things that get counters, to even further push the All Will Be One if you wanted to. But I think the numbers here are good enough, and we have enough things that still can deal a point or two, so we can get some extra cards off of Ob Nixilis even when we don't have All Will Be One. So I'm kind of into that. So yeah, overall, I was really surprised. This worked a little bit better than I thought it was going to. I will say this, though. I think the control matchups are still going to be your worst matchups, mostly because we have a bunch of removal that doesn't do anything. And, well, I say that. If we can stick the Planeswalkers in those matchups, then maybe you're all right. But outside of that, it's going to be pretty tough. I will say I did have one game where I didn't draw great against one of the control decks, and the game was already going long, so I didn't include it in the video because it would have added another like 20 minutes of runtime. But outside of that, yeah, I actually love what this deck was doing. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Walking Ballista. Mostly because this card's had a few reprints and is still holding its price, and partly because it fits into some combo decks and stuff in 60 card Magic, so it's still desired there. But this is a really good card for a few different types of commander decks, right? If you need to do non-combat damage, this is for you. If you want to just grow creatures putting +1/+1s on things, this is for you. Need a creature you can reanimate and put back in the graveyard easy? This is also for you, right? Like, this is just a fun card and fits a few different builds, and it doesn't surprise me that it's still going for a bit. You can probably still find these in around the $10 to $12 range, sometimes as high as $15, but even being reprinted, the price didn't come down that much, so I don't know how much lower this has to go, but it's a really cool card, so if you hadn't seen it or played with it, you might want to check it out if it fits one of your decks. Now, if you're into playing Rakdos decks that are a little bit different, check out this Rats deck I put together. It's actually really good, and it's able to go both wide and tall, surprisingly, and gets a whole lot of wins. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.